Welcome guys. So I'm doing a bit more sealed. I'm alternating between best of one and best of three. So today's a best of three day. I did quite well yesterday in best of one. I went 6-3. It was, but you know, it's often quite on a knife edge. I think I could have been quite easily could have been 3-3. Somebody unfortunately they made a misplay. They and played the wrong part of herd migration. So I was completely dead if they'd just had an army of 5/3/3s. But yeah, I kind of got a free win there. Just yeah, but yeah, it was quite an interesting blue-red deck. I think I had some blue-red spells deck, just only 10 creatures. Right. Uh, let's just get into this. So I've had two pretty good seals in a row. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we see Defiler of Vigor again. This is the third. I'm very lucky, I think. It's the third time I've had this guy. I'm not sure he's actually. I've managed to trigger his ability, putting a +1/+1 counter on each creature. He doesn't survive after I play him typically. Llanowar Greenwidow is a really good one though, because that can come back from the graveyard. Yeah, he gets after that he gets exiled, but it's two bites of the cherry. Pretty good. And we've got the okay, got another Shivan Reef. I had that yesterday actually. Red Blue Painland and the Haughty Djinn. So it's double blue and one, so that's a very hefty commitment to blue. This goes in the spells deck. Yeah, it's power equal to instants and sorceries. Instants and sorceries cost one less to cast. So yeah, pretty good, but it's probably gonna be hard to play. We've got Temporal Firestorm. So it's a sweeper that does 5 damage to all creatures and planeswalkers. It's really good. I have had this once before as well, and it's got 2 kicker effects there. You can trigger both of them if you have the mana, and it lets you phase out 2 of your permanents to save them from the sweeper. So it's very interesting. And of course it does 5 damage, which you might notice Defiler of Vigor has 6 toughness. Red-green might be a possibility here. Doesn't have to be a red-blue spells deck. Elder Dragon War. I'm sure this is good. Wow, so this is another sweeper. 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. So that's like a pyroclasm size sweeper. Discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards. That's really nice. So that's quite a lot like the fragment of Kiki-Jiki, whatever it's called. That's discard up to 2 and draw 2. So, and then create a 4/4 red dragon creature with flying. So that's pretty good. 4/4 flyer at the end of it. It's got read ahead, so you can go straight to the dragon. 4/4 flyer for 4 mana is pretty decent. Doesn't survive the firestorm, but you can't have everything. So that's I'd say red and green looking pretty interesting there. I'd be surprised if we can play blue, but this would be quite helpful. Maybe there's a blue-red spells deck as well. I suppose, you want to cast your Firestorm for 7 and phase out your Djinn, basically. That could be a possibility. Right, so now what I do is I start with artifacts. And what we're looking for is mana fixing. So that's mana fixing, these are mana fixing as well. I'm looking for card advantage and card selection effects, so scrying works. We're looking for card draw. So Jodah's Codex is really good card draw, quite expensive. We'll also be looking for evasion creatures and removal spells. So yeah, all the artifacts look good. Right, so that, yeah, we skip that one. There's some removal. Skip that one. That's making an extra creature, so that's good value, I think. That's removal. Any kind of 2-for-1 is good. So making 2 creatures for 1 card, I'm thinking. So anything that makes a token, I think we want to consider. Right, Love Song on Night and Day. You and opponent draw 2. You make a 1/1 bird and put a +1/+1 on each of up to 2 target creatures. So you can't put 2 tokens on 1 creature. So you can end up with a 2/2 flying bird. We've managed to get 2 of those as well. Yeah, that's good. That gives you an evasion creature. You don't have to give your opponent cards if you don't want to as well. Another flyer there, so that's evasion. And so just to recap, that's going to be 6 white cards we're looking at. I'd say yes, 6 is a little bit underwhelming. It might not be enough to justify playing white. If you remember the reds, it was the rares. Green, red, and blue all look quite good. Well, we'll go in order up here. We'll look at blue first. Timely Interference it's quite an interesting card. It's a cantrip. You can force a creature to block. I would say this is highly conditional removal. It might be good sometimes, but I think I don't include it. I think it's a little bit too conditional. Unless if you're playing a spells deck and you need to fill the deck with cantrips, this is pretty good. So, knowing that we've got Haughty Djinn, I'm going to say we include this so we can get a better idea of how good Haughty Djinn is looking. So this is a defender. We're gonna do a little search for defenders. I don't think we didn't get any artifact defenders. We got Gibbering Barricade as well. So this gives you the mill effect. This gives you the sacrifice and draw effect. This destroys defenders and things. So we're not too interested in that one. Founding the Third Path. So you can cast a sorcery for free. Instant sorcery, that's a cheap one for free. Mill 4 cards, exile instant or sorcery, and copy it and then cast it. I think this is kind of good. It's not strictly card advantage, but you can self-mill yourself in your spells deck to try and get some card selection and then cast something from the graveyard. So you're choosing the best and the most suitable card from the graveyard. So it's a pretty good sort of form of card selection. Impulse, so we include that. We include Impulse. That's just great. I think we include Negate as well. This adds a bit of mana, but yeah, we're not too bothered about that. Urtai Scorn turns out is great. Of course, silly me. What I failed to realise was, as soon as your opponent is casting their second spell, they've cast 2 or more spells. So and Urtai Scorn gets cheaper, and you can counter that second spell. So I managed to counter Liliana yesterday with this, which was nice. The Djinn, of course, is really good. It's an evasion creature. That's good. This is a good spell. And Tolarian Terror is another payoff for spells, for instants and sorceries. We just have a look here. So, how many decent blue spells have we got? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 5. Maybe that's 5 is maybe not enough, I would say. but it depends. We're probably going red. We'll just, yeah, we'll go black and just see what we've got here. So that's, yeah, removal card, Bone Splinters. It's good. It's obviously you want some token creatures if possible to fuel it. I think the Vivisector is pretty decent. Somebody got some very good value off one of these yesterday. Splatter Goblin, maybe not. I don't. -1 toughness isn't really good enough removal. But it's a kind of, I guess it's a trade up creature. It can take out something with 3 toughness. It's kind of useful. You could also, of course, it's like a toxic abomination basically, but in a way. Right, aggressive sabotage. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these pay 3 opponent discards 2, but I do get slammed by them quite often. I just don't think they're very good late game usually. Braids is frightful return. So there's discard if you sack a creature. Get a creature back from your graveyard. So that's some card advantage. Target opponent may sacrifice an on-land non-token permanent. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. So yeah, you're getting, overall, you're getting 2 cards. This is costing you 1 card. So it's like a convoluted card advantage card, really. That just, it's going to get better if you've got fodder, sacrifice fodder. Right, the Soul Tender, pretty good. It's another self-mill card, and you can pay 5 to get something to do a raise dead effect. So arguably this thing is a bit of card advantage. I think, yeah, I do see people playing this, so maybe there's something to it. Shadow Prophecy is just good, decent card advantage. And then we have an evasion creature that is pumpable. Right, so just check in here, yeah. So blue and black have both got 9 kind of viable cards. Right, we'll go to red here. Right, the Branchrider. I sort of, yeah. I'm not. I think we include this because haste is a kind of evasion. You can. This one in particular, you can get him to 3/3 with the kicker and swing in with a 3/3 on turn 4. That's usually pretty good if you're, especially if you're going first. So I think that's pretty good. All right, Furious Bellow. I think we skip this for the moment. I tend to skip the combat tricks and come back to them. Right, Q2 Amplifier. Wizard 1/2. I don't think I saw this before. Kicker 1 blue and 2. Oh, it's one of these bounce creatures. So you can pay 5 and just bounce a creature back to the hand. Yeah. That's good. So that's what you call tempo. That's a nice creature. Whenever you cast, and it's not sorcery spell, key to amplify gets +2/+0 to end of turn. Okay, right. And it can kind of, it's got this trade up ability. You can get pumped up. So yeah, that's really good. Lightning Strike is very good. Smash to Dust is good. Thrill of Possibility, discard 1, draw 2. Yeah, I think we include this. It's good in a spells deck. Steel Crusher is just, I think, just okay. Not too many artifacts to worry about. Berserker's really good, so really good death trigger. Can 2 for 1 quite easily. Menace creature is evasion, so yeah, that's good. Trample is evasion, so that's good. Dragon Whelp has flying, also good. In Thrall to the Pit is really good. Yeah, basically, it's a 7 mana removal spell, but sometimes you just pay the 4 mana version of it just to win the game. It's taking out a blocker temporarily and adding some more damage into your attack. Sometimes that is enough to just win. Dragon War's really good. Outrider is good. It's direct damage. So it's two things really. Direct damage is a bit like evasion, and reach kind of stops an opposing flyer. So I'd say that's good for 2 reasons. And then you've got the Firestorm, which is obviously fantastic, right? Yeah, red feels the best one so far. Yeah, I picked 13 red cards there. Let me go on to green. Right. Gaea's Might, combat trick, so we'll skip it. Bite down is removal, so that's good. We'll skip the Colossal Growth. It's another combat trick. Tear Asunder, though, is really good, so it's just... 4 mana, exile. Target non-land permanent. Just very good indeed. Instant speed as well. The Bog Badger is good. He can give the team menace. That is evasion. That can be very powerful. Now this is interesting. We're in best of 3, and I've got 2 Broken Wings. That's definitely a good sideboard option. Good to see that. We skip it for now. Deathbloom Gardener is good. So this is ramp, mana fixing, and it's a death touch creature. So again, this is good for a couple of reasons. Include that. The Tortoise. I don't think I include the Tortoise. It's got a couple of handy abilities, but we come back to the Tortoise possibly. The Llanowar Greenwidow has got reach and trample, so this is fantastic. Again, it's stopping flyers and it's trampling through, and it's card advantage because it's also coming back from the graveyard once. So yeah, great card. Scout the Wilderness is more ramp, and it can put 2 soldiers into play if you pay 5 mana for it. This is a really good. I think this is a really good green common. So it's not like one of these ramp cards that's going to be dead late game. You've got all the lands you need. You don't want to see it. At least you're getting some tokens as compensation. We have the Defiler of Vigor. So makes things cheaper if you pay life. Green green permanents, and green permanents add a +1/+1 counter to each of your creatures, which is pretty amazing. And maybe it'll be 3rd time lucky with this guy, and I'll actually get that to trigger at some point. We have Elfhame Wurm. This is possibly the most common big creature my opponents play against me, and I have very rarely seen it in my own packs. So yeah, Vigilance and Trample. It's a really good evasion creature. Now, Slimefoot Survey. Quite an interesting card. It's very expensive. It's 5 mana for a ramp card. Usually you don't want to spend 5 mana on a ramp card. But you're putting 2 lands into play, and then you're looking at the top X, where X is equal to domain, and then it's basically scrying. You're putting one of them on top of the library and the rest on the bottom. So it's giving you a bit of card selection. I don't know if I want to play this card. If you're very heavily into domain, you want just that extra bit of fixing. This might be good. But it feels sort of greedy. It's like the rest of your deck has got to work pretty hard to allow you to play this card on turn 5. You're going to have. You'll need to have a decent board position. This is kind of being able to play this is quite a luxury because it's like you're giving up tempo. You could be doing something much more aggressive on turn 5. And that is the green cards. The green seemed rather good, to be honest. 9 green cards. Just to check in on the spells. Yeah, there's 10 instants and 7 sorceries overall. Probably the most important colours are blue and red for the spells deck. Yeah, we've got Lightning Strike, Smash the Dust through a possibility, so 3 there. 4, 5. Spells deck might be possible, but green-red looks pretty good. I haven't looked at multicoloured cards yet, of course. Let's do that, because there are some pretty good ones. Just add these lands for the moment. Okay, we've got the black-white cleric. He's pretty good. Right, blue-black Rona, so she's someone who can come back from the graveyard. Discard a couple of lands late game. You get a 3/4. And it's got these spells. It's got a spells payoff. It's double black, and I don't think black's very strong for us. It's not super strong, but definitely worth considering. Got some good support for red-blue in our lands, in our multi-lands. This is a really great red-blue creature, so you can copy instants and sorceries. This has got to be the biggest, one of the biggest payoffs for the spells deck. Najal. Bortuk Bonerattle is rather fantastic. So card advantage. He's reanimating a creature from the graveyard, equal to your, something that's casting cost equal to or less than your domain. Right, oh, that's good. I was talking about green-red. We've got 2 green-red tap lands. That helps a lot. We have Queen Alanal. So this is, of course, this is double white. It's for the tokens deck, and it makes you get a bonus token every time you make tokens. It's good. And then Tatyova is really awesome. So, and I lost to for the first time yesterday. I lost to a Tatyova. Because it seems really good, but you don't actually see it that often. And but yeah, they got one of their 3/3 flying lands, and it finished me off. Okay, just looking at this, you can see there's only 8 white cards that we thought were reasonable. The ones we left out, yeah. We're a little bit low on white. I'll mention though, we do have a pretty healthy contingent of artifacts. So these can act as filler if we're playing a couple of colours. One of the colours a bit weak and it's underrepresented. We can fill out on artifacts a bit. But let's we've got to drop something, so we'll drop white to start with. So yeah, looks like we've got a couple of removal spells, a couple of flyers, and we've got Queen Alanal. So we'll see how much synergy there is with Queen Alanal. I think, yeah, so the Love Song makes a token. That makes a token, and that's it. So it's like, yeah, 3 token makers in white. not many token makers in green. Yeah, so I think that settles it. We're not playing white. We just don't have enough token making to make for Queen Ala knows why you'd play white, and I think yeah, we're not strong enough here. It's going to be between blue red and green red, I think. We'll just have a look at our black cards. Okay, Bone Splinters relies on tokens to be really effective. We've got, yeah, no way in black of making tokens. So black is out of there. Easy to cut. We'll probably splash for Bortuk Bonerattle. That's my feeling. It looks like we're playing a domain deck. Cool, and that's us cut to 56 of 40 cards. And we can see the different colours here. So we just cut. If we just cut blue, that's cutting 11 cards. Well, blue and let's say the artifacts, that's cutting 16. So that would actually bring us down to 40. And because that's really simple, I'm going to do that. Makes life very easy. And then we've got a green-red base to sort of work from. Don't want to cut. Yeah, Jodah's Codex though. That is the best artifact. Yeah. Now there's one thing I've noticed. We've got a few black kickers. Tear Asunder, Bog Badger, and Bortuk Bonerattle is an out-and-out black spell. The Firestorm needs white and blue for its kicker. In Thrall to the Pit needs black, so that's quite synergistic. That's quite handy. Okay, Begitu Amplifier needs blue for its kicker. I don't know if we're going to manage that. And that needs green kicker, which is easy. Okay. Well. I don't think there were any white kickers. But yeah. Our black lands, the Haunted Mire, the Geothermal Bog, and the Aquifer. The Aquifer gives us blue and black, so yep, three black sources, or 4 with Sunlit Marsh, which is dubious because we don't, we're not really running planes, anything that needs white. So I think these black, looks like these black kickers will be reasonable. Maybe the blue kicker as well. Did just drop a lot of artifacts, which are all mana. Yeah, these 3 are mana fixing. That's card selection, which is basically going to be probably mana fixing a lot of the time. I wasn't that big a fan of Inscribed Tablet when I used it. It did something terrible. It's yeah, I kind of. It meant I skipped past 5 playable cards to get a land, and then I just top deck land after that. Yeah, so that is a horrible possibility with Inscribed Tablet, that you just, because it doesn't shuffle the deck. It's not one of these, just search for a land, shuffle the deck, thin out your deck of lands. You might get a bad break and just create a situation where you just put a lot of good cards on the bottom of your library. It's almost like you need another card to shuffle your deck to kind of fix what this card can do to you. It's kind of weird because it's like, oh, a 1 mana artifact that can mana fix me. sign me up. It's like, I've seen what that can do, and it's not good. So I don't think we're done quite yet, but I think I'll call this end of part 1, and I'll do a bit of tinkering and see if we can get this consistent. Thanks for watching so far, and welcome back. Sure enough, I have put a green-red deck together. We're on the domain plan once again. We're running a lot of tap lands, although I am just being careful, and I'm only running green and red tap lands. I was pretty lucky, I've got to say. This is a very healthy number of tap lands. And just to show you what I've left out, we actually have 3 non-green and non-red tap lands. We're not going to play those. They're just a risk. We've got to play our green and red spells. I've actually only just added an island and a swamp. The reason for that, we are running Scout the Wilderness to try and mana fix and maybe find our splash colours. One option is just drop the island and the swamp, and then I can drop Scout the Wilderness and play something else. That's kind of in the balance at the moment, because one more mountain, one more forest makes me a little bit more consistent in those colours. And I've got other things that fix my mana. So I do have 1 Deathbloom Gardener, adds mana of any colour, and I've got 2. I'm running both Salvaged Manaworkers just because there's a lot of colours, a lot of splash colours in this deck. I think this is good. It's 1/3 as well. It's an early play that can block a grizzly bear. And in particular, I am interested in 3 toughness creatures in this deck. So, because I have the Elder Dragon War, which does 2 damage to everything. So, anything with 3 toughness is a little bit better. And that's why I'm not running, right, Steel Crusher would be an okay 2-drop, but it's not going to make the cut. G2 Amplifiers, you might be surprised I'm not running this, because it's, a creature that bounces another creature is pretty good. Does cost 5 mana, but it's only got 2 toughness. It's one of these guys who gets pumped up by instants and sorceries. So we do have, we've got 3 instants and 3 sorceries at the moment. I think it's just okay, and it just doesn't quite make the cut. I'd like to play it, but no, it's not going to make the cut. We'll have a look at green as well. So I haven't played the combat tricks, because Tortoise has the problem of being 2 toughness, and I did cut Slimefoot Survey in the end because it's an expensive ramp spell basically. So it's I kind of like the idea of it, just sort of thinning out your deck of lands, and the thing I'd be ramping up to, I guess, to get from 5 to 7 mana would be a kicked In Thrall to the Pit. Of course, that costs 7. You kind of want the 7 mana version of this really as well. Also, it would ramp us up to a kicked Firestorm as well. That would be the advantage of this card. But it doesn't quite make the cut. We want to maintain a decent number of creatures. I've got 15 in the deck. Now 17 is usually what people recommend. We've obviously got a few more removal spells in the deck. We've actually got, in fact, this is an enchantment that makes a creature. A Scout the Wilderness can make 1/1 tokens as well. So it's technically 17 sources of creatures. So I think we're not doing too badly there. The one thing I have been thinking about, dropping Scout the Wilderness, putting that extra mountain and forest in, and possibly playing Gaea's Might. It might be a good time to actually try this out. it could, in a pinch, that can save one of your creatures from a Temporal Firestorm. You know, so there's like more reasons to play this. We're playing Domain, so it's probably going to be a pretty hefty combat trick. But I think I'll stick with Scout the Wilderness to begin with. We're playing best of 3 as well, and I don't think I'll do a big transformation sideboard. I think it's just, we'll probably put Broken Wings in if we need to. Just have a look and see, yeah, what else we're not running. So obviously this is double white, we can't run it, and this guy's double blue, unfortunately. So yeah, just spells that we probably can't cast. Yeah, anyway, that is the deck. Yeah, that's the mana curve here. So we're just, what I've noticed, I'm often quite short on 2-drop creatures in this particular sealed deck. So we've only got the Mana Workers. We do have a 1-drop as well, but we're almost certainly playing him on turn 4 with the kicker as a 3/3 haster. So yeah, we do have 6 3-drops. I thought I will try and splash in Tatyova. Bit risky. We haven't got very much blue. 3 blue sources in the lands, but her late game ability is very strong, it seems. So we'll see how that goes. And of course we're best of 3, so got to remember we can sideboard. Now I'm starting this quite early in the morning. It's about 5:45. We'll see if anyone's in the queue. Otherwise we might have to try this again later. I felt absolutely exhausted last night, so I just went straight to sleep instead of finishing my sealed deck. I thought, yeah, I'll try and get up early and play it. Bit of an experiment. Was just, you know, it's just tricky with it. Traditional sealed being the less popular version of sealed, and it being almost 6 in the morning. It's we'll just see if we get anyone. Usually, after you've waited 2 minutes, you can kind of cancel it and rejoin the queue. Excuse me. But we are on quite a good run. Last 2 sealed decks have gone well. The first few ones were very rough. So yeah, so this will be sealed number 8. So my 6th sealed was traditional. I went 3 wins and 2 losses. And that actually gets you 1,800 gems. So you almost pay for your entry fee. And then I did best of 1 and I managed to go 6 and 3. So that's 2,000 gems. So I don't know if I've figured out the format, or I've probably just been quite fortunate, to be honest. Looks like we reached 3 minutes of waiting time. I will cancel and start this again. I think we'll give it a total of 10 minutes of waiting time, and then I'll give up and try and play this later on today. We'll just not much you can do if there's no one in the queue. So I believe we've got Dominaria United sealed until the end of September. So another week. And the dream, of course, is if I can manage to play one of these every day, do really well, and go infinite. Yeah, just see how it goes, really. And one thing I'm thinking about, I haven't bought my Mastery Pass yet, so that's 3,400 gems. But then you do get some gems back because that's part of the reward track. So I do have a decision. I'm liable to sort of spend quite a few gems on sealed. I'll may get to the point where it's a choice between another sealed or buying the Mastery Pass. So I guess, alright, we're actually getting into a match. That's pretty exciting. That was just under 2 minutes, so yeah, total of 5 minutes waiting time. Okay, let's have a look. We've got no green. We do have a spell we can cast. We do have 4 lands. We've got a double green spell we're unlikely to be able to cast. We've got a removal spell that needs a creature. It's not the best hand, but we'll keep it. Right, he's mobbed down to 6, and he's going first, that's right. We love to see that. So, Manaworker, that can only give you... You can only use that once per turn. It's not enough yet to help me cast Defiler. We'll need another green source. We've drawn another green creature. But there's our double red, and we can play the Manaworker now. See if it survives, I suppose. That means we can actually cast Bog Badger next turn, which is nice. I think I'll go ahead and play the Swamp. We won't worry about the Bog Badger kicker. It's not too relevant right now. Might have a counter spell, of course. I feel like almost everyone is playing Domain, but we've not seen any tap lands yet, but 3 colours suggests he's probably Domain. But then in sealed it can be kind of tough finding enough cards to make a 2-colour deck. But yeah, it's doable. I did my first 3 sealeds were red-white decks, so I've got yet another mountain, but it's good news. We can play the Outrider at turn 5. So Bite Down's an option here. I think I'm going to offer a trade with the Badger though. I think that's a decent trade. He's got Runic Shot, so he can actually blow up the Badger. Now that's a good bit of good news. It's green mana. I think we'll play the Ridgeline. If that, we'll play the Outrider now. But yeah, because we could do it Defiler of Vigor next turn. We've got an alternate plan here. We can swing in with Dragon Whelp and do 5 damage. He'll do Runic Shot and kick it, which isn't ideal, but it's one less removal for my Defiler of Vigor. So 4 or more times kills the Dragon Whelp. We've just got to reread that. Pump this up. And the turn. And we, yeah, I bite down. I was just thinking, I also got Tear Asunder. Easy to confuse these two. And the Outrider will do 4 damage as well. Okay, that's going to cost him 2 mana. He's going to get to scry for 2, which is pretty nice for him. See if he... So 1 on the bottom. He could have swung with that and enlisted, and then my Mana Worker wouldn't have been able to respond. So we could go Defiler, or we could play the Outrider and see if he's got... Hoping that he's going to use removal on that. Equally, he could have black hand removal, but I'll go with that. That pressures him quite a bit. He's got his next land. Okay, he's got something to tap me down. No, you've got to enlist. There we go, he spotted it. So we'll take 3. Okay, we have Temporal Firestorm. We do have blue. We might want to play this when we've got 7 mana. It goes really well with Defiler because that's got 6 toughness. See, I was thinking bite down on the Phosphorus Stride as an option, but we'll scoop that up with the Firestorm later. So I think we just play the Defiler this turn. It'll probably run into removal. That's what happens with every Defiler usually. Oh, bounce to the bottom of the library. Oh, that's rough. Well, tell you what, that's removal. Two removal spells. Very good. That's going to be the 6-2. Now, just what are the implications of blocking with a Mana Worker? I think it's fine. Yeah, just block with a Mana Worker. We could top deck an untapped land and save the Mana Worker, but I'd rather save 6 damage, I think. So he had a lot of removal in his hand, it's fair to say. The Vortex and the Artillery Blast. The Micromancer, of course, found Runic Shot. We get a forest there, I think. course, it's an untapped land. We would have been able to save the Manaworker, but never mind. I think, yeah, it's just a Firestorm here. Basically a 2-for-1. It's nothing to get too excited about. He's got 2 cards in hand. And one of them's big, so yeah. He got a good one on us there. He kept something back that was quite powerful. And we can't do the worm and play bite down because he's got ward, but we'll see if see if he still has removal, I guess. He could have the counter spell. So I think, okay, yeah, he did indeed have more removal. So it's like, yeah, three that he's managed to draw. He's quite good going. Can the Kavu trade off here? Oh, it's going to tap all my red mana. Okay. Okay, so it's going to leave 2 up. Right. The bite down is still going to cost me 4, unfortunately, so... okay, wait. No, I think we play the island. Bite down. Pump it for once. Then bite down for 3. And do... yeah, so we'll it'll be a 2-for-1 situation. Now, what do we know about his deck so far? We haven't seen any flyers at all. Two cards in hand. He could have the negate, but... change this to a 4-1, please. 3-1, I mean 3-2. We'll get it right. And then we've got a bite down. Yeah. As long as that's Ward 2, we should be okay. I mean, let's be fair. I've drawn... okay, he had the counter spell. Nice. Looks like I had 2 removal spells, didn't I? Including that one. So, yeah. We just, we got completely blown out there. But yeah, power sinks and ward creatures are quite synergistic. Well, remember he's got this one. So, yeah, 2-point power sink. So dead this next turn. Missionaries to bring things back. Not looking good. Not looking good. We have a blocker, but it's only a 3-4. Yeah, he brings that back, which is going to be lethal. Right. Didn't see any reason to play Broken Wings here. I'm going to possibly do my experiment, though. I'll drop Scout the Wilderness for Gaea's Mate. and we'll drop Island and Swamp for Mountain and Forest. Because we've got so many, we've got double green, we've got double red. Yeah, three double reds, two double greens. So I think that might be the right call. And then this is another potential removal spell. He's got big creatures. This could do the job. So we'll play first. Okay, it's all tap lands, but that's okay. Oh, that's a pain land. Interesting. We've got the Elf, got Berserker, Lightning Strike as well. So let's keep 7. We've seen one counter spell, and it's the Protect the Negotiators. So we will need green. So let's play that. Yeah, we just lightning strike this and play a tap land. That's healing. Right, I think we can block this with a Berserker. So if you look at our Gaea's Might, it looks like it'll be a +4/+4. It's pretty effective. Yeah, we'll just... I think we'll go for the Dragon Whelp. Get some early beats in. We know how much removal he's got in his deck, so... Oh, interesting. Okay, he's going to kick that and make me discard. Right, I think it might be Deathbloom Gardener. I like this as a late game answer. That's kind of what we're building up to. You kind of lose our ramp card though. So, but it's good news. He's looking for his removal. We've got the swamp we needed. I forgot that we're still needing black mana for that. So 1, 2, 3. And so. He's got to have found removal now. Oh no, not yet. Missionary, interesting. Okay, it's just for lifelink. Okay. Do we Bone Rattle for a Deathbloom Gardener? Well, because it puts a big body on the ground. Something to be said for it. We get a Death Toucher back, and it means we can cast In Thrall to the Pit next turn. Let's swing with Dragon Whelp. We might want to bring back Dragon Whelp, of course, after it gets killed. Gets to scry and look for his removal spell, of course. That's good for us, that's a chump block. Okay, I think I like this idea. That's another couple of bodies to the board. Sheoldred, nice. Got a little surprise for Sheoldred. As long as he doesn't kill my my Deathbloom Gardener. 7 mana. Yeah, tap everything. Boom. Come here, Sheoldred. Yeah, Sheoldred attacks. I think we'll attack with the Berserker. We'll enlist with the Berserker. And we'll attack with the Dragon Whelp as well. So I'm going to open myself up to a return swing. Where he can gain, you can actually gain 3 life with these two. He's going to take a hefty hit this turn. He's going to stop the 4 damage there. He's going to do a lot of scrying with the Vivisector, of course. I know we don't. Yeah, we need the Deathbloom Gardener to cast Tatyova. Very surprised that he's not hit removal yet. Okay, there it is. Takes, yeah, because that doesn't work on the Whelp. Bottom of library, so yeah, 2 removal spells, and he's going to hit me for 6 and gain 3 life. So yeah, it's a bit of a turnaround. We do have this extra 5 damage in my hand, which is it's going to be quite useful. Well, that's another 5 damage. 5, 6, 7, 12. I make that 12 damage, guys. It's right, it is 5 land I've got, right? We did it. 1-1. Okay, so guys might actually be really good. I'm gonna not change anything. We saw 1 flyer, but I don't think it's enough to sideboard in those things. Right, we've got red, we've got green, we've also got white and black. That's quite good. And just in case we need them, we've got the mana workers. We've got, so yeah, and double green and double red. A removal spell, that's quite good. Let's make sure we've got the black mana. Okay, it's the Pump Knight. We've got a, I think, I want to play the Forest and a mana worker here. So I can't even block this actually. See if he pumps it. No. So we might have a follow-up. Yeah. This is obviously a 3-2 when it comes in, so it's a problem for our mana worker. We just play the next mana worker. We could get access to double green now, or some white mana. I think we'll need the double green before we need white, so that good ridge line, and no attacks. So, risky thing here, we could double block, kill the knight, except no, then he can pump it and it'll survive. Good. So we could double block the cavalier. What it means is, if he's got instant removal, we force him to use it on a mana worker, but then both mana workers are going to die. And that's a risk I'm willing to take. Because it's kind of a win if he's... Yeah, okay, timely interference, nice. Sure. He survives. So we're seeing a bit of a rollout here. And we do have Tear Asunder for something. Warbrute could trade with the Cavalier, because that's probably going to swing in for 4 damage. It's just a case of, does he... yeah, does he have more stuff? I like the Warbrute a bit more than the Branchrider can trade here. I think that's what we do. 3/3 Branchrider. No attacks. I've got 4 cards left in hand. Pomp Knight, Cavalier. So Cavalier's 4/2. We'll block here. It's a trade. Okay, I'm happy. What on earth is this? Okay, you can draw and discard. I can get pinged. You can sack it to get an instant or sorcery. Oh. So yeah, reusable removal. Right, we'll play another tap land. The knight is the one. This one's causing me a lot of problems. It can pump to 4/4. The Warbrute doesn't quite kill a 4/4. There's an argument for just Tear Asunder on that. But there's an argument we've got to try and hold off his other creatures as well, a little bit. Tear Asunder Are we forced to use it? Okay, maybe we're forced to use it on the night. I'm going to regret this because he's got Sheoldred in the deck, of all things. And he has counter spells as well. But we've got to stop the bleeding somehow. And yeah, we could have blown that up, but... Okay, so attacked with a 2-2, we block it. It is take up the shield. Okay, that's actually happy that he's used it on a Rager. He's got 2 cards left. He can always get take up the shield back, but it's at sorcery speed. Okay, he's bringing out the flyers now in game 3. Yeah, that's a problematic flyer. That's sorcery speed activation. Just remember that. So I think we can... Okay, this might be a mistake if he does have an instant sacrifice effect, but I think we bite down, take out the answer now. Okay, draw and discard, because he might find something, I guess. Protect the Negotiators goes away. Oh, nice. Improvisation. He used his own removal spell to tap him and then kill it with Artillery Blast. Okay, that's quite a good move. He just had to find a way to, yeah, kill his own creature. Okay, now the Singer Connoisseur just probably wins. But I didn't think there was much other option than to use Bite Down there, to be honest. We had to try. And at least he doesn't have this anymore. We've got a top deck, a flyer, or something, and we're getting mountains. He can attack with everything this turn as well. Okay, good game. Right, so the little change I made, I'm going to make permanent now, I think. When you've got this many double red and double green spells, I don't think we can afford to have this this level of splash. I think we want to do that. And then if we get multiple colours, that's nice. And we do like Gaea's Might, that 1B game 2, so that goes in. And yeah, if we lose the next game, we're out. We just have to suck it up, I suppose. But I mean, the last 2 sealeds have gone really well for me, so it swings and roundabouts, as they say. Feel like my deck's pretty decent. I was up against a pretty good deck there. Quite a lot of removal. Yeah, I think so. The thing that got me game 1 was that Protect the Negotiators counterspell. Because obviously I was spending extra mana to deal with Ward on his Tolarian Serpent. So that was quite a good bit of synergy there. and he had quite a good rollout game 3. Just this is the advantage of having a lot of 2-drops and 3-drops in your deck, which I do not have in this deck. I'm sort of relying on drawing one of my sweepers to kind of, if that happens, to try and turn things around. I think, yeah, I even used a sweeper in game 1, but it was just a 2-for-1, and that's where he had the follow up, the 5/5, the Tolarian Serpent. So yeah, it will be a bit of a wait, it looks like. Considering the time in the morning it is, I think I'll give it 3 minutes before I reset the queue. You could argue that, it's a deck with blue in it, it's bound to have flyers. Should have put the broken wings in, but I don't know about that. I only saw the Misa Pegasus thing in game 2, so it played like a, yeah, he had a bit of everything. He had early plays, big creatures, and solid removal. Thinking about game 3, I decided on balance I had to use the Tear Asunder on the Menace Pump Knight. So that shows you how good the Menace Pump Knight is. It's quite a big threat. I think because my other option was a 3/4 blocker, and he's got the potential to pump that guy to 4/4. But then, it's just the threat that he can do that. But once you've taken that off the board, then he can just play his next big creature. Arguably could have waited a turn maybe and gone, right, okay, I'm not blocking this Pump Knight. Let's see what else he does. But okay, how are we doing? Okay, we've waited 4.5 minutes. I think I'll cancel and requeue. You're never quite sure when the queuing mechanism has gone a bit funny. Gotta say though, positives from that game, very satisfying to do In Thrall to the Pit on Sheoldred. I think it's the second time I've come up against Sheoldred. I probably won't have time to edit out all of these, all of this waiting, I'm afraid, so my apologies if you're suffering through this. Well, there we go. We have an opponent. Very happy. Okay, we've got a 5-drop creature. We've got 2 removals, or 2 a combat trick and a removal that rely on having a creature. It's not a great hand. We do have green, red, blue and white. We are missing black. You can't have everything though. And this is our untapped land. What are we most likely to need early? That will get us to double green. That gets us to double red. Yeah. Go for double red first. Okay. I think it's Shivan Reef and the Manaworker. It's very nice to top deck a 2-drop on turn 2. He's not gonna do loads of damage. Oh wow, okay, he had... Well, first of all, we hit our black mana. That's good news. And, but we'll play a green tap land here, I think. Now we could just... bite down doesn't kill it. Yeah, so forget that idea. Guess what? We've got a mana worker. We can actually cast Bite Down. Or even Gaea's might be an even better idea. That's going to be +4/+4. Okay, my turn. That's really nice. Top decking a 3-drop here, so I can play a tap land and play the Berserker. Unless it's countered. 1-point power sink. Yeah, 1-point power sink spell. Oh man. Should have known. This makes a soldier. There's that much more chance he had that. And of course, even if I played an untapped land, it's a 2-point power sink because it's 2 creatures. So 2 matches, and we run into this twice now. Now, what we might run into here is his pump spell. I'm okay with it going on the veteran because I'm obviously going to try and kill the veteran later. But yeah, another reason is he can just get through with 2 damage there. Oh, this finds a defender. Interesting. Not seen somebody use the defender strategy yet. So, and you just get Wingmantle Chaplain, of course. Yeah. So Flowstone Kavu lets me have my staff up to protect myself. But I think I'm going to be slightly greedy, I guess, and go for the Meria's Outrider. When he's tapped out, he might have another counter spell. It does 4 damage, so I guess we are missing something. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, we don't have an actual island. We have a Shivan Reef instead of an island. Okay. Is this a soldier? No. Because this is a creature generator. That might be something I just have to take out. Oh, right, yeah. 'Cause he's got 2 defenders, he gets 2 birds. That's pretty solid. And then he's got a 5/5 creature as well. Nice. Okay. Okay, right. Let's play our tap land. Okay. We do have some tricks in the hand here. But we can't play everything. I think I want the Kavu out. It's a 2/3 blocker, which is quite useful. And end the turn. Now if he's got removal now to follow up with, I mean that is a rollout of creatures. Obviously this gave him 3 creatures, which is pretty nice for him. It's only 4 creature cards, I guess. Well, the Protect Negotiators gave him a creature as well. Phalanx attacks. We know Gaea's Might gives this guy something +4/+4. If he, well, he could potentially give it indestructible, right? One thing is we could kill the veteran, make it a 4/4 and trade off like that. Pass the blockers. Okay, Manaworker. I'll risk the Manaworker. Gaea's Might, the Manaworker. Okay. Good, we upgraded that into a removal spell. That's okay. Wall. Okay, it gets another bird. Is bite down a mistake on the chaplain? So it's, I mean, it's instant speed and yeah, I think I'll hold it as an instant. And it's white-blue. I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to end the turn. The scary thing would be something that pumps all the birds, or if he can just kill my Outrider. Oh, that's good. Okay. Bite down on the chaplain at the end of the turn. Okay, no, my turn. Okay, Elfhame Wurm. suppose that's going to cost 3 to... He's not a soldier, he's a knight. Makes a 2-2. Okay. Nice cheeky phalanx. It's only got 1 blue mana. I think we just take out the phalanx with bite down. That's going to cause me problems. Worm just gets double teamed here. I think, yeah. Let's try and draw our own Codex. I better watch my time. 22 minutes used already. 8 minutes used already, or 7.5. We're kind of gradually losing this game, and we're also 4 minutes down on time. So I think I've got to just play my turns a bit quicker. Right, so the Warbrute can get through with a lot of damage, so that's my plan. Just going to attack with the Warbrute. And missed. You probably can kill tapped creatures though, I would guess, but that is a risk we're willing to take. Yeah, 4 damage. We've got another reach creature, which is very good news. And the turn. I think the worm attacking looks okay. Okay, he's got a big creature. I'm okay with attacking with the worm, I think. But then it creates a problem. We can't deal with this Tolarian Terror. We've got to double block it. I think, yeah, no attacks and end turn. He's got red. Oh my god. Right, do a very simple 1-for-1 block. If he's got something, then he's got something. Trade off, okay. Another one, okay, yeah. Okay, it's kind of the war of the big creatures at the moment. I think we just... Oh. Jodah's Codex is a problem. We do have 6 toughness to block this with. I think we play our forest, to be honest. I want to blow up the Codex. Yeah. no attacks, but I'm not going to blow up the Codex yet. I'm hoping he attacks with a Terror and we just trade off again. And then I'm very happy to use Tear Asunder on the Codex at that point. But maybe I've already made a mistake here. He has traded off. That's very good news. Okay, it wasn't a Tolarian Terror number 3. We'll take out the Codex. Right. Haven't used this ability yet. Comes into play tapped, okay. Let's see how much time we're using. Below 20 minutes, so this is a long game. He's 4 minutes ahead as well. He has a lot of big creatures, so he had 3 of these, he had 2 Tolarian Terrors. That's good. That's basically a removal spell. So this is what you call a grind. 16 cards left to my 20. Can we just absorb all of his attacks is a good question. We want to hit some green permanents. Hopefully I've still got some in the deck. So the worm is not there. I haven't done a count of my green permanents though. I hopefully got more than 3 other green permanents. Okay. Okay, yeah, getting 3 life, that gets bounced, sure. He's going to draw lots of cards, so he might run out of cards here. We just got to play quickly and absorb his attack here. Hello? How about a Bog Badger with Menace? Giving Menace to everything. Menace and a +1 token to everything. Yes, yes, I think I like that. Is that a mistake? Because maybe I should. Oh, I don't know if this still works. No, I think this still works when you do that. I'm on I'm doing quite well here. I think we'll swing with that. Swing with that. Maybe he's not a good one to swing with. Swing with that. He's probably not a good one to swing with. We'll keep those on defense. Because They've all got menace, so I think this is a decent attack. This has got death touch, which is nice with menace. So cool, can take out the phalanx there. Obviously we're giving up reach creatures so he can start smacking me around with the birds, but okay, trading off for 2 birds, that's okay. So we want to kill that. Five damage through. And we've still got some big creatures. And they're all 2/2. That's going to help them quite a bit. Lots of blockers. He's got 5 cards in hand. It's kind of scary. Get through with 1 damage. Is there any reason we don't attack with everything? So the most he can do to one of my creatures is 3 damage. Yeah, we just swing with everything. We could wait for more green permanents, but we don't have much time. I mean, I think we're ahead and we just attack. The veteran's done a good job here, gotta say. So the Kavu is going to die, but take 2 soldiers with him. He gets kind of just absorbed there. So that's a trade-off. He's got 2 big things to deal with. Okay, we can take out Academy Wall. And then does he chuck the veteran in the way? To trade off. I'm going to kill Academy Wall. I'm going to pump him up to 4/3. And that's damage through. Board's looking a bit. His numbers are down definitely. So 16 minutes. So yeah, we're going to spend half our time on this one game. But he got the runic shot, so that helps him a great deal. He's only got 11 cards left as well. Very nice removal spell here. 2 for the bottom, so got rid of a couple of lands. Oh, yeah, you can start whacking me a bit here. So I might be, because of that removal, I might just... Oh, now that's a card. Ho ho. That is a card. Sure. We'll keep this back to defend and swing in with those. don't know if I've miscalculated here. It's a lot to add up, all of this stuff. Okay, we want to just take out the creature maker, I guess. Okay, 15 minutes left. Beautiful. We really do want to see lands. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Okay. On to game 2. So all of his what flyers did he have? They were just the 1/1 flyers that we saw. I don't think we put that in. I'm tempted to put Tricolossal Growth because this is he's got a lot of big creatures. This feels like a big creature fight. It's just a case of what we take out. Can we take out one Mana Worker? Kind of like the idea of that. Branchrider, I think. Yeah, maybe this guy's actually just not good here. A 3/3 haster. He's probably gonna absorb it quite easily. The 3 toughness is quite good. Yeah, drop the Branchrider. Okay, there we go. Because I was thinking take out a Mana Worker, but it's kind of doing a lot of my mana fixing. We've got to watch our time, so we've got like about 15 minutes left. Hopefully we can win this game. That makes it a lot simpler. Otherwise, we've got to try. If we're going to lose, let's lose quickly and get on to game 3. We don't want to spend more than 5 minutes losing, ideally. So we might just... I'm not very good at conceding, to be honest, but I've kind of got to break my conditioning a little bit and possibly concede it earlier than I would. But the big scary stuff he's got are the 3 Phalanxes and the 2 Tellurian Terrors. He's got some removal, but also he's got just a horde of creatures and creature makers as well. Remember, he's got a... Okay, this is good. He's got a... he does have that counter spell, Protect the Negotiators. Good to see. Double green, double red. I will go for this black mana now, before I sort of leave it in the hand and forget about it. Okay, there's nothing we can do on turn 2, so not a tap land. Kavu's quite aggressive to go for, so I think that's what we're going to do. Be surprised if he's got no plays here. Okay, he's got no plays. Firestorm kind of is interesting. I'll just say that, but I'm not going to... okay, he's got... I was thinking he's had a counter spell there. No. Okay, yes, a flash play. 2/2. Yep, okay. We actually... quite happy to see the Temporal Firestorm against a sort of a go wide deck where it's kind of the cap is going to be the cap seems to be about 5 toughness as well, but we're not getting carried away yet. I think we'll have a nice tough Warbrute on the ground. before we played the Dragon Whelp. And we're not thinking in terms of playing the stalling game. That's going to be blue mana. Okay, yeah, let's play our Shivan Reef. So this guy, okay, this could be the Deathbloom Gardener turn, because then this guy can trade off with the Phalanx. That's my thinking. Okay, I can't think too long here. Dragon Whelp is the most aggressive play, right? And just kind of double block the Phalanx and hope for the best. But we are going to hit 7 mana, and we're going to have blue mana to phase something out. Okay, there's the Gaea. Sure. He's got 2 mana. Okay. "13 minutes left. It's Dragon Whelp again. Just same turn again. Don't want to be too reckless. He's ahead on life at the moment. We could have got through with damage, but then he gets back with more damage, so I don't think it's a good trade. Also this way, okay, the Kavu can actually, yeah, now we can trade with the Phalanx 1-for-1. Okay, something interesting's happening if he's attacking. Okay, so they're in terror, fair enough. Alright. So those big guys. My turn. Right, so don't have white mana. That can give us white mana, and we can get a really good Firestorm off next turn. Let's not mess about here though. Let's attack with a Dragon Whelp. Two damage. Okay. Deathbloom Gardener comes out. Hopefully that'll dissuade him from attacking. And end turn. And the only problem we've got is the blue mana. He can counterspell, as long as that's not tapped. And he can do a 4-point power sink as well. Oh, Runic Shot. Well, he's tapped that blue mana. So it's looking like a pretty good turn next turn, hopefully. We'll see if he's got any follow-up. If he plays another creature, we'll be so happy. Okay, that wasn't quite what we wanted to see. But okay, that's not Tear Asunder, it's Bite Down. Okay. Yeah, let's resolve that one. And yes, less than 12 minutes left. Okay, right, my turn. Yeah, click my turn. See, this is where I'm getting very scared. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scared about my timer. We are going to try and phase out 2 creatures with this, right? Because we've got blue, we've got white from Deathbloom Gardener. It seems a solid play to me, right? Get our 2 aggressive creatures. Cast with Kicker 1. Cast with Kicker 2. Auto pay. Pretty awesome. Okay. He's got his Jodah's Codex though, so it's not over. Okay, let's actually keep it simple. Enlist with that guy and tap that guy. And Meria's Outrider. 3. Okay, and end the turn. See if he's got his own Wrath effect. Phalanx, okay. Okay, we do have a plan here. So we're down to 10 minutes. Okay, over to my turn. Okay, just gonna play that mountain. I want to just pump this guy twice. I want to swing with you. I want to enlist with you. I want to enlist the Kavu. I'm going to bite down on the Phalanx. Lightning strike. We did it. We did it. We still had 9 minutes left. Phew. Okay, we got a win. I thought, oh yeah, this is the 0-2 in traditional sealed. Bound to have one. But kind of turned around game 1. And then we kind of got the cheesy Temporal Firestorm win game 2. Yeah, and let's get on to the next one. Haven't seen the Elder Dragon War yet. That's a 2 damage sweeper. Yeah, I'm the git now who managed to get a deck with 2 sweepers. I played against a guy with the 2 black sweepers, the uncommon that does -2/-2, and then so he played that to take out my first wave of creatures. I did a migration herd to like get 4/3/3s. And then he had the rare black sweeper to wipe out my migration horde. It's -X and -X, where X is your domain score. So yeah, that felt quite bad, but yeah, it happens. It's part of the fun of playing Magic, I think. You have to just take it on the chin. Makes for a good anecdote, you see. That's got to be the best Temporal Firestorm I've cast, because I've had it once before. It's the first time I've managed to do 2 kickers and save 2 creatures. So it was like, yeah, Firestorm. I lost the mana elf So it was 2 cards, but I took out 3 of his cards, I suppose. So yeah, just a 3 for 2, but it took out a flyer and 2 5/5s, so it was a pretty solid trade. Okay, this is a 1-lander. We mulligan 1-landers. I mean, if we have a look at it, we've got a 1/1 we can cast, a 2, and things we can cast with 1 mana. We've got a mulligan this though. Okay, red, black, and green. That's good. Tear Asunder, good. Flowstone. This is ramp as well, and Tatyova's really good. Keep 6. So you kind of need both of these. I would say, let's not be greedy. We've got to put Tatyova bottom of the library because it's a late game card. It's really, really good late game. Otherwise, it's just like a 3/3. Kind of need to, I want to actually just confirm that this is only good after you have 7 or more lands. So yeah, it's a late game card. Okay, we have a 1/3. We don't have a 2-drop. We'll probably play this turn 4. He's got, you know, a 1/3 blocker, so it's irrelevant. Okay, nice. That's going to be... Excuse me. Just that. Been hit for 2 damage. Okay. That is a 2/4 now. Let's quickly play a 2/3. I think that is the correct thing to do. So then he can even block by 3/3 now. Okay, Juniper is not... Is he attacking? Oh, of course, Enlist. Forgot. Yeah, this is a nice little card, this one. We're drawing lots of cards, both of us? No? What a mean man. Right. Okay, problematic card. He's going to get to boost up his creatures, so that's going to be a... We could wait until he's done that, and then do Tear Asunder. I think that might be pretty solid. What's the Kavu going to do? Because he can make that a 3/3 and get in. Yeah, I'm going to just swing in like this. Could double block, but I'm going to get through the pitch. Right, end turn. So yeah, flyer. Oh, it'll be these 2. Oh, you smart man. Damn it. He's noticed I've got untapped mana. Okay, yeah, you got me. I have a Tear Asunder. It's going to take out the Vigilance dude, though. Okay, we can't stop the flyer at the moment. We're dead in 5 turns. I think it's a 3/3 Branchrider. We could attack, of course, but no, we'll stay on defense. Very low on life. Can actually do a Deathbloom Gardener as well. Chuck 3/3 in the way. Trades off, okay. Good. Oh no. So heavy flyers deck. It's because it's got 2 flyers. This, yeah, the Love Song makes a 2/2 flyer, so that's kind of significant. Okay, my turn. Well, that's okay. That's not terrible. He's tapped out. It's a good time to kill a Griffin Protector, I would say. Bang. Get out of here. And play a Deathbloom Gardener. Not going to attack, though. Because then he swings back with his Nest Spinner, and I feel compelled to block with a Gardener. Okay. That's fair enough, right? We could tap out for the Bonerattle. We could make a Warbrute. Let's make a Warbrute. I feel like there's a line of play where we draw a reach creature, it gets blown up, and we have to bring it back with a Bonerattle, so that's what we'll rely on, think about. Okay. He's looking quite strong on the ground, so I think now we just Bonerattle for something. I will make sure that we can get... the Branchrider's terrible, though. He's only a 1/1. Okay, we're giving him information that we've got this card as well. But... no attacks at end turn. Now, if we'd use Tear Asunder on the flyer, yeah, we might be in a better position now. We might, because we had enough creatures on the ground to stabilize and stop his dude, the Faith Bonder. Seems like a silly thing, a silly decision now. Okay, let's see if he's got a Giant Growth or something. So Bonerattle and Warbrute have to block. They're the only ones that can block this guy. Cleaving Skyrider. Ooh, so many flyers. Okay. That just does 2 damage to me. That's if I just die. Okay. Good to know about that. He's revealed some more information. Yeah, Tear Asunder on the 2/2 flyer is now looking like the line I should have pursued. Okay, this is a very, very broken wings kind of situation. I don't think... I mean, I think we'll lose the Gaia's Might. It looks like... I don't know if a 3/3 Haster is going to do much against this deck. I think we possibly drop the Branchrider here. We'll drop the Branchrider, and that's fine. Let's click done. Yeah, I think I really underestimated that 2/2 flyer. I thought I was scared of the 2/4 vigilance within list. That seemed much scarier. Okay. Red, white, black. We don't have green. We don't have early plays. I'm going to call this a mulligan. Oh my god, we hit a one-lander. Well, this is where we mulligan to ourselves to death. Okay, we've got green, red, black. We have to keep this one. Actually got double green. Temporal Firestorm could be a good late game plan. That's got 6. That's really late game. That's very playable early. Okay, because this guy's double red, I think we'll put him to one side, and we'll try and rely on getting the Firestorm and the Green Widow early to save us. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We've got double green. There's a chance we can play Defiler of Vigor. You know, if I'd kept that first hand, I'd have just... Yeah, and I just don't draw a forest. I got this guy again, turn 2. Oh, there we go. We top deck a forest. Get a decent card. Yeah. So I think quite possibly I made the right decision there, but yeah, in best of 3, it can be a bit iffy. So this is going to cost me 5 to bring back, right? He's totally untapped, but I'm going to block anyway. Good trade for him. Griffin Protector, yeah. Deathbloom Gardener gets us one closer to the Firestorm. Get that 2/2 bird as well. Okay. Now we're firestorming here. We know Defiler of Vigor survives our firestorm. So I think we'll play Defiler of Vigor. Herbalist is going to be a big deal, looks like. So it's a good early rollout he's got, and then he's going to scout the wilderness and make a couple of 1/1s. That's going to really pump that up, so that's 6 damage coming in. Okay. Then he's only got 2 cards left. Yeah, this would pump up my team, I guess, but yeah, Temporal Firestorm looks like the move here. 3, 4, 5 power, so no, if he blocks this, then it dies to the Temporal Firestorm. That's the unfortunate thing. We'll do Temporal Firestorm, 5 damage to everything. Attack for 6. He's down to 3 cards. What's he got left? We have a Broken Wings in hand, but we've lost our 5th mana, so that was kind of crucial, but we've got plenty of land in the deck. We can hopefully top deck it. Okay, well, he's got an answer. Yeah, we're not gonna trade Defiler of Vigor for 5 damage on him. We'll play Berserker, and then that can be pretty darn cool. No attacks. I've got to watch the time here. 21 minutes. For the rest of this game, if we win, and then for game 3. How's his domain looking? Because that's forests and plains. He's got mountains, so he's got 3. Something attacks +3/+3. Okay, we've got a Salvaged Manaworker. It's not quite what we need. Oh, stall for time. Solid. Solid. We'll play the Manaworker. We might trade him off because that's 6 damage coming in. Oh boy, he gets to pump that guy up. That's rough. Okay, that's a 4/4. Yeah, okay. So he's just kind of won. Yeah, stall for time's brutal. We just, yeah, again, that 5th mana, we couldn't top deck land. We could let this through this turn, but again, he's swinging for, it's, yeah, I mean, the only difference is if he top decks removal, takes out the Mana Worker, that's 1 less blocker next turn, but, okay, yeah, we let that damage through. Stall for time is a good card. If we actually top decked something, does it actually keep us alive? Possibly it does. You know what? I forgot. I completely forgot. I can spend 2 life. Except now this is a domain ability. It comes into play tapped. Glad I read the card. We kind of need 2 blockers. This is pumping another thing to a level where it will kill me. So, hopefully he does not have removal. We will play an untapped blocker. No attacks, and there'll be maybe a 2/2 or a 1/1 that gets through. He has removal. Okay, good game. Ah, darn it. Yeah, the Firenado, and it did not stop him. Yeah, stall for time. That was all he needed. Oh well. This is sort of yeah. It's back to normal. I've gone 1 and 2 in traditional sealed, as it should be. I'll just add that to the decks. You still get 500 gems. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, because it was a struggle even winning that 2nd game. I was sort of running low on time. But yeah, a really good Firestorm helped me in that one, just to win game 3. But yeah, we had the usual thing. I've noticed with sweepers, they don't guarantee you winning at all. It's like it still seems to be 50-50 after I've used my sweeper. Sometimes they just have loads of follow-up and they still win. Right, yeah, so I think I'm quite happy with the deck. I think we could. I'm going to say that dropping the Scout the Wilderness, putting in an extra mountain in the forest was probably the right move here. Also, the 1/1 soldiers die to both of my sweepers, so they're not that not as tempting to have in the deck. I think I'm happy with my choices. I don't think I missed Slimefoot Survey. But, yeah, I'm not sure that does an awful lot. It's like, yeah, it's a kind of, you're conceding tempo with this card because it's not doing anything very active, but it means it's preparing. It's good when you can double spell the next turn with 2 quite significant spells. I think that's the idea. Yeah, I quite enjoyed using Gaia's Might. I think that's a pretty decent giant growth. If that can get +4, +4, +5, +5, that helped me win a game, I think. But yeah, usually I would play Scout the Wilderness every time if I'm playing a domain deck and trying to get my lands. This only hits basic lands, so you've got to put in your splash basics. But we had so many tap lands, it felt like we could kind of get away with just mountain and forest basics, and having I think the idea of having the 2 mana workers and the Deathbloom Gardener, that seemed to work to just fix the mana a bit more. What else was good? We actually saw Tatyova actually help us win a game with a 3/3 flying land, so that was a first. I think this seemed to be, we got away with splashing this. It costs 3 mana, but it's a late game card really. You don't mind if you top deck this late game. Oops. Let's see. In Thrall to the Pit, we got to cast this on Sheoldred. That was fun. We never saw the Elder Dragon War, but that's, usually one of your rares, you never see it. We did see Temporal Firestorm, and it was decisive. We got to see it be completely decisive and win a game, and then we got to see it not be decisive and my opponent having good follow-up. Yeah, Meria's Outrider's always pretty solid. Defiler of Vigor, I believe we actually, we drew the Bog Badger in that one game, and we got to, that would have been, match 2, game 1. And I did actually pump the team. It's the 3rd time I've had Defiler of Vigor. I think that might be the first time I actually managed to pump the team with this ability, because your decks are kind of 2 or 3 colours. They're not actually stacked with green permanents, and this has got a huge target on it. So it's, often doesn't last till the end of your turn after you play it. In fact, if we count our green permanents in the deck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6 green permanents. So even having something else to cast after you've cast the Defiler is kind of low chance. We could have played the Tortoise for that, just to have another green permanent, but I decided with the Elder Dragon War it wasn't as good. And the Codex, in theory, is really good. I didn't draw my Codex. I think we saw my opponent in match 2 having the Codex, and we did manage to blow it up at one point with Tear Asunder, so that's kind of satisfying as well. Bortuk Bonerattle, we saw him once. He's pretty good. Of course, the time we played him, all he did was bring back a 1/1 Viashino, which isn't great. Obviously, you can't. It doesn't let you kick the creature, as far as I can tell. Yeah, because you're not casting the creature, so you don't get an opportunity to kick it. It's just returned to the battlefield. Oh, that's right. It can actually. What I forget, it's got a hidden ability. You can target anything in the graveyard, and if its mana value is too high, it just goes back to your hand. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you may pay an additional cost as you cast this spell. So yeah. So kind of pretty happy with the deck. think it was, I'd say it was about the best deck I could make from the cards. I managed, it's nice when you've got decent rares supported by some decent commons and uncommons, so we're able to do that in this case. Elder Dragon Whelp, Temporal Firestorm and Defiler of Vigor all in the same deck is quite nice, I think. Yeah, and Llanowar Greenwidow, so this was, yeah, a deck with 4 rares. And even the rare land as well, 5 rares, so yeah. No guarantee you're going to win though, of course. Yeah, so I think that's a video. Thanks for watching. I know I already added it to the decks. We will claim the prize. Very good. Right, yep, thanks for watching. See you next time.